Hi, this is Karl with another Relax, Focus, Succeed video. And today I want to talk about processes. Over on my other channel, Small Biz Thoughts, I talk all the time about processes and standard operating procedures. And one of my absolutely unbreakable rules for life and for service delivery is that you can't control people, but you can control your process. And this is the process for anything. And the reason I bring it up on the Relax, Focus, Succeed channel is that a lot of people have emailed me over the years and said, I know you love it, but I can't meditate. I know you love it, but I can't sit in a chair for 5 minutes and write down my goals for the day. I know you love it and I know it works for you, but every time I try it, my head goes crazy and I have a million thoughts and I just can't do it. And then my feet start moving and I get twitchy and I have to stand up and I have to do something else. And I just want to remind you that you are going to fail at everything the first time you try it. It's highly unusual to be good or great the first time you do something. The path to becoming good is to start out bad and then get mediocre and work your way up to competent. And if you're lucky, you'll get good. And if you're super lucky, you'll get great. Everything is difficult before it's easy. So if you think about setting your goals for the day or the week or the month or the year, you may not have done that before, or you didn't really give it a shot. You did it for 5 minutes and you gave up. You know, I took piano lessons when I was a kid for a couple of months, and then, long story, I had to give it up. But the problem with me wanting to play the piano is that I fundamentally don't want to sit and be bad. And I've heard this from other people who are trying to learn the violin or whatever, that they don't want to be bad. They want to get to be good. But the problem is, to get to be good, you have to go through bad. you have to spend time being bad and learning how to be good. And then eventually you have to commit to it as your practice, as your art. The same thing is true with all of the habits that will help you relax and focus your life. You have to go through being bad at it before you can be good at it. And I would remind you, and I've mentioned this before, when the Dalai Lama meditates, a million thoughts go through his mind and his cushion is uncomfortable and he has to adjust himself and it's hard. But here's the difference. When he sits down, he knows he has to calm his mind. He knows what it feels like to calm his mind because he's done it. He knows how to go through the twitchy phase and get into the calm, relaxing phase. You know, we're just finishing up a lot of the big sports season. A lot of people are big sports ball fans. And when you think about these teams going to the Super Bowl or some big playoff for the first time, the teams who have been there before have an advantage. And it in many ways amounts to this very simple thing. They've been there before. They know what to expect. They know what it feels like to go out on that field or out on the basketball court for the first time in that environment. They know how they're going to be treated. They know what the lights feel like. They know what the pressure feels like. They know what the media feel like. They have experienced it before, and that doesn't guarantee they're going to win, but it allows them a tiny little advantage of being comfortable in that situation. And those who go back to the playoffs again and again and again and again, well, they get more and more comfortable with it. And pretty soon it becomes a thing they do, just another thing they do. And so, as odd as it sounds, that's kind of what you have to do when it comes to relaxing, sitting in a chair, writing down your goals, writing down 3 things you want to do today, writing down What are your important values and how they apply to your life? All of that self-help work is better when you practice. You know, whether it is running a marathon, climbing a mountain, or playing in a sports ball, you are always going to be better at it after you've been doing it for a while. So I encourage you to take this opportunity to try again, to say, all right, let me commit every day for 5 minutes or 10 minutes. Because I promise you, if you sit in a chair and think about what you're going to do today for 5 minutes a day, for 1 month, for 30 days, it will improve your life. It really honestly will. And it won't feel like that on day 1 or 2 or 3 or maybe even 5. But eventually you will sit down and you'll know what you have to go through. You'll have to go through the fidgety stage. You have to adjust your chair and you have to get the light just right and whatever your challenges are, you have to go through that and get to the juicy goodness, which is actually thinking about your life so you can improve it. So go through that process, make sure that you understand it. If you have a process for sitting down, first I'm going to get my cup of coffee, I'm going to make sure I got that, I got a pencil, I got a piece of paper, I've taken care of the distractions, I'm in a place that's comfortable, right? Go through your list, create your process, create your procedure. And eventually you'll be able to sit down and get right into it. And that won't happen every time. You know, you will have bad days and you will have bad weeks. You'll get out of the habit and then you got to get yourself back into the habit. But at least when you go back to it, you will know what it feels like. Love to hear your comments. Put them down below or email me directly, carlp@relaxfocussucceed.com. And I hope you have an amazing and spectacular experience creating your personal improvement process. For Relax, Focus, Succeed, this is Karl Palachuk wishing you the best of luck in everything you do.